So the next thing we're looking at is 2015 question 4. Manufacturer uses 240 centimeter lengths of wire to make some frames for popcorn buckets. What next? Anyhow, so that tells us we've got a circle here, we've got another circle here, we've got 4 of these wires as well, and all those things together add up to 240. So what we've got to do, we've got to make that kind of add up to 240. So let's see what we can do with that. So we've got one circle. Oops. So we'll go to CAS. So calculator. So one circle is 2 pi times r plus 2 pi times r, because we've got two circles, plus 4 times h equals 240. That's what we're saying there. So then from there, it wants us to solve for h. So we'll say solve this above thing here for h, and we've got that. That's what it equals. So that's what you do. So I'd be writing down this line, then I'd simplify it to that line, then I'd just be writing down that line. Show that the volume of popcorn is given by, now I know the volume of a cylinder is volume equals pi times r squared times the height. That's what I've got there. Okay, cool, there it is. But I know that my height is given by that there. So I'll say that volume. So I'm going to take this instead of h. I'm going to put this in there. I'm going to get rid of the h equals. And we have that 60 minus pi squared. Oh, what's a nasty one? Pi r squared. 60 pi r squared, 60 pi r squared. No, we're not getting that. Minus pi squared r cubed. What a joke. Alright, anyhow, so that's our height source. So volume, we'll try it again. Volume equals pi times r squared times the height. Maybe we'll put all that in. So that's our height here. That's the mistake I made. Need brackets. There we go. And then we'd expand that. Get rid of that v equals. Why is there a minus? Let's worry. Let's see if we need a minus there. 60 pi squared, 60 pi r squared, 60 pi r squared minus pi squared r. There we go. So that's the steps that we take. So for this one, we'd be writing down our volume of a cylinder. That, then we take our h, substitute into that. So we basically writing this line here, then we write this line, which becomes this, and then we'll be writing that down as our final answer. Okay, now you want to find dV dr. So now we've got our volume in terms of radius. So we'll say define V of r. Let's see if this works. Equals this. And now we'll find a derivative. So menu, calculus, derivative, ddr of V of r. And that looks about right. 2 times 60 gives us 120. So that's what we end up with there. So that's our derivative. So that's what we're writing down. Hence, find the radius of popcorn when the volume is at a maximum. So we want to find when the volume is at a maximum. So we will solve. We'll take our derivative and check where our derivative equals 0. So I'll say solve. Our derivative equals 0 for r. It tells it happens either 0 or at 40 on pi. So based on, well, it's got to be 40 on pi. If we have a 0 radius, we're not going to have we're going to have a minimum. So that happens at 40 over pi. So we'll say, so with this one, you'll be saying, let the derivative, let dVdr, that's what I asked for. So let dVdr equals 0, you would write this equals 0, therefore r equals these two values, and then you would choose 40 over pi. Find the maximum volume. So V of 0, when it is 0, V of 40 over pi, we end up with that value there. So that's our maximum volume. So that's what we end up there with question B part 3. Find the height of the popcorn bucket when the volume is at maximum. Okay, so now we've got to take our value of, so we've got to take this and we're going to find the height. Well, the height's going to happen. We've got our thing for height, 60. So I'm going to take this. There's our height. And instead of R, I'm going to write 40 on pi. And I'm going to get rid of all this stuff here. And say the height is going to be 20. So that's what we do there. Okay, graph of the volume, so they give us the graph, which is very nice of them. For this for this function, write down the domain. Okay, so the domain is going to go from here, 0, out to this value here. So we've got to find out what that is there. So we will solve v of r equals 0 for r. Have 0 or 60 over pi. So that's our domain between 0 and 60 over pi. But it doesn't include 60 over pi. So we're saying 0 rounded brackets, 60 over pi rounded brackets, because if we have 60 over pi, we have a volume of 0, which is not what we want. Do I want range as well? Nope, that's it. So that's the way we go about answering those questions there.